Hey guys, how's it going and welcome to the Minutes channel, and today we're gonna be doing the weekly news for this week on Sunday. Obviously, like every Sunday, there's always something going on and everything, and this week is not the exception. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about, and our first piece of news is regarding Persona 5 Royal, which was elected as Editor's Choice for the Sony PlayStation. So it was kind of like it won an award there, so congratulations to PlayStation. For Persona 5 Royal. Honestly, they deserve if all the love they're getting for that. I think that is awesome, and it's very exciting to hear more about that. I think that the more awards they get, the better. The game is definitely a good game, so definitely congratulations to Persona 5. Moving into other news, it's really sad news actually. Tokyo Game Show 2020, it was cancelled. Now it's replaced with some digital event. That is very sad news. I was expecting to hear something from Atlus about Shin Megami Tensei 5 during Tokyo Game Show. Just because when Atlus announces something big, it's typically during Tokyo Game Show, not E3. So for all those of you guys who don't know, Tokyo Game Show is basically the big E3 in Japan. That's how big this event is. So the fact that this one is cancelled as well is pretty bad news for us guys, especially anybody that was trying to get some more information on future Persona or SMT games. We're probably not gonna get much of that end. Especially that being said, the digital event may get some trailers, something like that, but it's not the same as looking at the actual event and looking at the people and everything like that. It's just not the same deal. Moving to the last piece of news here is actually regarding the Xbox conference, the Xbox Live conference. This just happens a couple days ago. We just talked about it, but I want to talk about it a little more, just because of all the stuff, just in case you missed that video or anything like that. So Xbox presentation happened. A lot of people had a lot of things to say. So this was kind of like the first time that we actually got to see some quote next gen games that are gonna be on the Series X. The promise thing was gameplay, and it really brings something to the table here. Xbox people apologize because the fact that most of this game that we saw didn't have actual gameplay. They had in-engine cutscenes, or they had some other stuff that wasn't gameplay. The biggest guilty of all is really Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is the one that I was kind of looking forward to during this presentation, and I had absolutely no gameplay, so to speak. You got some scenes where the character was hacking and slashing and doing some other stuff, but it wasn't really gameplay, as in when you pick up the controller and play the game. That's what we imply when you look at gameplay and everything. So you open this huge debate as far as gameplay and what it should be in trailers, opposed to what a lot of the companies think that we want to see from games and everything like that. Sure, high quality graphics is good, but we also want to see what the gameplay is going to look like whenever we at home pick up the controller and play the game. That's kind of like, that's the biggest deal for us, because it doesn't matter, cutscenes don't matter too much. Sure, cutscenes can look as good as they can be, but at the end of the day, really the biggest thing is how is it gonna feel and look whenever you're actually playing the game, because that's what you watch. We don't watch movies, we play games. So that's really a big difference there, right? And the other deal that really came up from this is basically the graphics into the new era, the new next gen graphics, because obviously this game or these games that we saw didn't really look next gen, and it really opened up to the question, how are this game next gen compared to anything that we played now? Really, if you can look at some games like the God of War game, or Horizon Zero Dawn, or Spider-Man, those games look really good, or even games like Resident Evil 3, which I've been playing recently. All of those games really have a lot of good graphics already. So what is it that we want to see next gen? And I don't think the next gen necessarily means better graphics. Sure, maybe a slight improvement, but I think this game, when it comes to this our generation. I think we're gonna see more improvements in performance and that kind of stuff. Maybe get 60 FPS in most games, or all the features that we don't get before. So I think that we hit a pretty good point here. Maybe later in the future we're gonna get more better graphics. Usually games that come out at the very beginning of a generation aren't typically really good looking. I can think of a couple of examples here from the PlayStation line. Whenever they came out, they didn't really look particularly really good compared to the PlayStation 3 games, especially if you look at a game like The Last of Us. The Last of Us on the PS3 looked really good for this time because it was right at the very end of the generation. Now when you look at another game here on the PS4, which came out roughly a few months later, like the Killzone game, it looked about the same. I'll be honest with you, it looked about the same, even though the Killzone game was a game for the PS4. I think it was one of the first ones that came out with it. So it does open up a debate. Obviously, I feel like games later on are gonna do that. Cross-generational games are usually not really good looking because of that same reason. But I'm really curious to see what the games are gonna look like once we actually have it on the system and everything. Anyway, that is pretty much in this video here. Just want to talk about this news. Let me know in the comments below what you think about all this. Are you excited for any particular new next-gen games, or is there something you're looking forward to? Were you disappointed about Tokyo Game Show not being out this year? Are you hoping we're still gonna get some news for SMT5 or Persona 5 or Persona whatever? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for today, guys. I'll see you guys next time.